Hello everyone, welcome back. Last time, we used one word, attract, to outline Yunnan from 7 aspects. This is really a suitable word, not only as a way to outline Yunnan, but also as a way to show that Yunnan is a wonderful tourist attraction. Here is the question. Why does Yunnan attract millions of visitors from home and abroad? The answer is the special tourism culture here. My course today will help you to understand the features of the tourism culture in Yunnan. Here, let's clarify what tourism culture is. Tourism is the best carrier of culture, and travel is a good way to learn the culture of a certain area. Tourism culture is a comprehensive concept which is composed of the cultural understanding towards tourism resources. Tourism resources in this course include natural wonders and cultural wonders in Yunnan. This course will show you how natural wonders are culturally linked to local people and how local culture is reflected in the tourism resources in Yunnan. In short, this course will help you to have a deep understanding for the main resources for tourism here. I bet you will know an impressive amount about Yunnan after you finish this course. Now, let's come to today's focus. What are the features of tourism culture in Yunnan? I think the best word to summarize them is diversity. Why? I will illustrate them one at a time. The first feature is the splendid history of Yunnan that is the source for diversified tourist attractions. For instance, Yunnan is the cradle of early living beings on the earth and the birthplace of early human beings. The first page of Chinese history unfolded here. These precious fossils became an impressive attraction for visitors to learn about the mysterious primitive ages. These fossil sites have become a popular destination for research of scholars and the basis for scientific discovery. The representative fossil sites will be introduced in detail in future classes. In addition, the history of Yunnan in ancient times has left us many relics, special architecture, and ancient towns. Each of them tells the story of Yunnan in different historical periods, showing visitors the relationship between Yunnan and the dynasties in the central areas of ancient China. Some architecture and ancient towns have been recognized as World Cultural Heritage Sites by UNESCO due to their historical and cultural significance. The representative ones will be introduced in detail in future classes. Moreover, during this long history, ethnic people here have adapted to the natural environment and conducted their own special ways of life. This long history has endowed each culture with tradition, adaptability, sociability, and wisdom of civilization. More examples for this point will be illustrated in the chapter for ethnic peoples in Yunnan. The second feature is the diversified cultures of ethnic groups. I have mentioned that the diversity of ethnic groups in Yunnan ranks among the first in China. All 56 nationalities in China can be found in Yunnan according to the 6th census, including the majority Han people and 55 minorities. The total population of Yunnan is about 47 million, of which the population of ethnic peoples account for 1/3, about 15.6 million. Diversified customs, constructions, folklore, costumes, and folk arts all hold interest for tourism. Most ethnic groups have lived in Yunnan for thousands of years. Some are indigenous ethnic peoples, some migrated to the area due to wars, disasters, or politics. Relatively speaking, ethnic groups have lived in compact communities and have retained their own cultures because of the difficulty of travel in such a mountainous area. In ancient times, the limited communication with the outside world objectively helped to strengthen their ethnic identities and traditions. However, some ethnic groups were connected due to commercial roads. For instance, the Southern Silk Road and the Tea-Horse Caravan Road linked ethnic groups from different regions through cultural and economic exchanges. The Southern Silk Road was a commercial road connecting Sichuan, Yunnan, and ancient India. It was a commercial link between southwest China and ancient India since before 100 BC. The Tea-Horse Caravan Road was another commercial road in Yunnan. It connected southern Yunnan and Tibetan region in ancient times. On this road, caravans mainly transported tea from southern Yunnan to northwestern Yunnan and finally into Tibet to meet Tibet's need for tea. These commercial activities objectively promoted cultural understanding and cultural change between different ethnic groups. This was an important factor in the communication and harmony of ethnic groups in Yunnan. Consequently, there are colorful ethnic cultures attractive to visitors. The third feature is the coexistence of diversified religions. The variety of religions in Yunnan results from the special location of Yunnan, its long history, and the diversified ethnic groups. In general, the following are the main religions in Yunnan: Buddhism, Taoism, Islam, and primitive religions. Buddhism was introduced to Yunnan in the 7th century. In China, Yunnan is the only province which comprises all sects of Buddhism, namely Mahayana Buddhism, also known as Han Buddhism or Big Raft Buddhism, Hinayana Buddhism, also known as Pali Buddhism, Southern Buddhism or Small Raft Buddhism, and Tibetan Buddhism, also known as Lamaism. Generally speaking, Mahayana Buddhism is mainly practiced by Han people, Bai people, and Yi people. The main devotees of Hinayana Buddhism are Dai people, Bulang people, Achang people, and De'ang people. While the main followers of Tibetan Buddhism consist of Tibetan people, some Naxi people, and Pumi people. Taoism is a religion native to China and was introduced into Yunnan at the end of the Eastern Han Dynasty. Taoism was not widely spread in Yunnan until the Tang Dynasty. It was about the middle of the 7th century, when the leader of Yi people, Xinu Luo, established the Nanzhao Kingdom in Dali. As the king of the Nanzhao Kingdom, Xinu Luo was inspired by a Taoist master. Then, Taoism in Yunnan was combined with the primitive religion of the Yi people and spread quickly. As the birthplace of the Nanzhao Kingdom, Weibaoshan in Dali is well known as the center of Taoism in ancient Yunnan. Islam was introduced to Yunnan when Mongolian troops came to Yunnan and overthrew the Dali Kingdom in 1253. There are many mosques in Yunnan. There were some outstanding Muslims in the history of Yunnan, such as Zheng He, who was a world-famous navigator in the Ming Dynasty. He made 7 overseas voyages to Southeast Asia, South Asia, the Mid-East, and the East Africa. These voyages greatly promoted cultural and economic exchanges between China and the outside world during the 15th century. Today, Muslim restaurants and communities can be found all over Yunnan. The primitive religions of ethnic peoples comprise abundant account and numerous forms, which involve nature worship, animal worship, plant worship, totem worship, ghost worship, ancestor worship, and sexuality worship. One ethnic group might have many idols to worship. For instance, the Yi people worship their ancestor, Xinuluo, as a local guardian, while simultaneously worshiping the tiger, spider, and rooster as their totems. The existence of primitive religion is attributed to ethnic peoples' powerlessness towards nature in primitive ages. With the development of productive forces and the progression of technology, the scope of primitive religions has shrunk. At present, most have become a part of tradition or a part of history. You will know more details about tourist attractions of diversified religions in future classes. The fourth feature is that the diversified natural landscapes are reflected in ethnic cultures. Ethnic peoples expressed their understanding towards natural wonders in their literature, fairy tales, arts, and religious beliefs. For example, a human-like stone in the stone forest inspired the Sani people to compose the famous epic Ashima, which reflects the spirit that the Sani people cherish. Another example is the Naxi people in Lijiang. They regard the Jade Dragon Snow Mountain as the incarnation of the god Sanduo, who was actually a brave general in the history of the Naxi people. The Holy Snow Mountain is worshipped as the god Sanduo, who is considered the permanent guardian of Lijiang. One more example is the Dai people in Xishuangbanna. The Dai people's culture is closely related to the tropical rainforest. They selected 5 types of tropical trees and 6 types of tropical flowers to be the holy ornament plants for Buddhist temples. They used a certain kind of palm leaves to record Buddhist scriptures. These are some typical examples to show the cultural link between the natural landscape and the ethnic cultures. We're going to have more illustrations of this aspect in future classes. Up to now, I have summarized 4 features of the tourism culture in Yunnan. The key word should be mentioned here once again: diversity. Yes, this course will be conducted based on the diversified tourism culture in Yunnan. Finally, I would like to show you the 5 tourist regions which have come into being in Yunnan, so that you can have a general picture of the diversified tourism resources. The Central Tourist Region in Yunnan features karst landform travel. The center of this region is Kunming, where visitors can enjoy world-famous karst wonders, such as the Stone Forest and Jiuxiang Caves. The Northwestern Tourist Region features snow mountains and ethnic cultures. Dali, Lijiang, and Shangri-La are the famous destinations of this region. Visitors can enjoy snow mountain, plateau lakes, and the customs of the Bai people in Dali, the Naxi people in Lijiang, as well as Tibetan people in Shangri-La. The Western Tourist Region is characterized by ethnic customs, hot springs, and volcanic wonders. Baoshan, Ruili, and Tengchong are the centers of this region. Visitors can enjoy Gaoligong Mountain, the customs of the Dai and Jingpo peoples, prosperous border trading, natural hot springs, and volcanoes in Tengchong. The Southern Tourist Region is characterized by Southern Buddhism and tropical rainforests. The center of this region is Jinghong. Here, the customs of the Dai people, the temples and pagodas of Southern Buddhism, elegant pagodas, dense rainforests, wild animals, and various tropical fruits will impress visitors. The southern tourist region is famous for coast caves and farmland scenery. The tourist centers of this region are Jianshui and Luoping. The Confucian Temple, the Swallow Cave, the landscapes of ripe flowers, and the terraced fields of the Honey People are impressive scenic spots in this region. We are going to learn about them in more details in future classes. Okay, so much for today. See you next time. 这节课中涉及的相关词汇，同学们请看这里哦。